What if the biggest gateway to the internet stopped sending you anywhere? That's the question a lot of website owners are asking.
I am so glad you're here today, because we're looking at something that is literally changing the digital ground beneath our feet. We're talking about the AI fence, and more specifically, the Google AI fence. So today we're going to explore why this concept might be quietly reshaping the entire open web right under our noses. I want you to start by just asking yourself, what if the biggest gateway to the internet suddenly stopped sending you anywhere at all? I mean, for most of our digital lives, search engines have been doorways, right? You ask a question, and they send you out into this vast world of the web to find your answer. But what happens when that doorway turns into a walled room that traps you inside? Well, that's exactly the question a lot of website owners and creators are frantically asking right now. Okay, let's dive into this by taking a quick look backward. Google's founders built their whole company on one core idea. Larry Page once said, "We believe a well-functioning society should have abundant, free, and unbiased access to high-quality information." And for 2 decades, Google absolutely delivered on that. They were the ultimate gateway. They'd answer your query with a massive list of links and push you out to news sites, indie blogs, and small businesses. In fact, that's exactly how Google became one of the wealthiest companies on the planet, literally by sending you somewhere else.
But that entire paradigm is shifting dramatically, because in the age of AI, Google is pulling back from the open web. Instead of being this faithful distributor of traffic, the whole system is changing. And a lot of experts are arguing that this new approach is putting the entire ecosystem of news sites, blogs, and small businesses at massive risk.
The contrast here is just stark. The old way, it was a simple list of links. You do the searching, you do the clicking, and you go straight to the source. But the new way is the synthesized AI overview. It's an answer written by artificial intelligence sitting right at the absolute top of the search page. The search engine basically does all the reading for you, compiles it, and just hands you the summary. You get your answer instantly, and you never actually have to click away to another website. The industry calls this phenomenon zero-click search. Faster answers, less digging, and honestly, if you're the person searching, it feels like a total win, doesn't it? You get faster answers, way less digging through irrelevant pages, and you can just move on with your day. It is incredibly convenient, but that convenience comes with a hidden cost we don't really see on the surface.
Section 1. The price of 0 clicks.
To understand this, we need to shift our perspective and look at the people on the other side of the screen. For the website on the receiving end, like the news outlet or the independent blogger who actually spent the time to research and write the original article,
we are losing
0 clicks
fast.
is absolutely devastating. Because no click means no ad view, which means 0 revenue. It means no chance to gain a new subscriber, no data point to signal that this content actually mattered to someone. Multiply that lack of interaction across millions of daily searches, and you get a massive slow drain of traffic away from the open web, concentrated right back into the search engine itself. Critics are putting it pretty bluntly. Whoever controls the AI answer controls what gets seen.
But wait, because it gets even wilder. 3 in 10. That is a staggering statistic about the current state of the internet. Right now, roughly 3 out of every 10 visits to a website aren't human beings at all. They're AI bots.
So it's not just AI answers pulling human traffic away from the top down. AI is aggressively hitting the open web from the bottom up. These bots are relentlessly scraping the web. They're crawling through articles, grabbing data, and taking that content to train their massive language models, or, to feed those exact same AI answers we were just talking about.
Because of this, website owners are being forced to build their own fences to fight back. Step 1 is usually editing the site's robots.txt file, which is basically hanging a digital "do not trespass" sign to block crawlers. But some are taking it to step 2, deploying wild tools like Nightshade and Glaze. These tools subtly corrupt images and text, so to a human it looks completely normal. But if an AI scrapes that page, the data it learns is quietly poisoned, literally ruining its training models.
Section 2. Wait, there's another AI fence. I want to take a really quick detour here because if you search for the term AI fence right now, you might stumble upon a completely different physical world technology, the AI virtual security fence. This is a digital line drawn on a live camera feed and monitored by AI object recognition software. The reason this physical world AI fence is so popular is because object recognition is incredibly smart now. It can easily spot the difference between a stray cat wandering by, a passing car in the background, or an actual human trying to cross the perimeter. Cross that invisible line drawn in code, and it triggers a real-time alert straight to a guard's phone. No physical barriers to climb over, and crucially, no annoying false alarms from animals or weather. It's just a highly effective fence made entirely out of code.
All right, let's pivot back to the internet dilemma we've been tracking. Where do humans still win? I mean, if AI is out there doing all the heavy lifting, writing the search summaries, doing all the data scraping, acting as the ultimate middleman, where exactly do we, the human creators, fit in?
Well, there's this rough heuristic going around the tech industry right now called the 30% rule. Basically, the idea is that AI takes on the repetitive 70% of the workload. Think cleaning up data, drafting basic text, outlining stuff. But the humans, we retain control over the vital 30%. That's your high-level strategy, ethics, and acting as the final safety net to catch the AI's inevitable hallucinations before anything goes out to the public.
But watch what happens when we change environments. When we look at education and classrooms, this 30% rule completely flips. While the corporate work world is embracing 70% AI, some educators are explicitly capping AI at a maximum of 30% for a student's paper or project. They are fiercely protecting that remaining 70% to preserve original, critical human thinking. It's just a fascinating divide in how we value human input versus machine efficiency depending on the setting.
Section 3. The future. Wall or gate?
So 2 fences, 1 word. Reshaping the internet or watching your driveway? We really have to ask if the open web is just going to disappear entirely. Realistically, probably not, but it is certainly getting a lot harder to see. We have these 2 very different fences sharing 1 word today. One is a literal virtual fence quietly keeping intruders out of a physical building. The other is a metaphorical fence that is fundamentally reshaping how the entire internet makes money, shares information, and interacts with real human creators.
And that leaves us with this final question. Is AI search becoming a brick wall that keeps you trapped inside the search engine, or is it just a new, more efficient gate? If AI answers learn to clearly cite their sources and actually send real, valuable traffic outward to creators, the open web survives. It just gets a shiny new front door. But if they don't, then we're going to see fewer and fewer actual humans on the other side of every click you make. So what do you think? Does AI search genuinely help you find what you need faster, or do you feel like it just keeps you trapped inside the fence? Keep that in mind the next time you search for something without ever clicking a link. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep questioning the technology you use every day.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and click the bell for new feed notifications.